Keeping the right chest and shoulders position during a heavy bench press is hard, but it's actually essential in order to have a strong bench press. And it's the reason as to why a lot of beginners will struggle to create and keep this position. Some years ago, I discovered a tool that actually helped me tremendously on this aspect. After some rough starts on the bench, struggling with one plate when I started, I can now bench press 3 plates, 315 pounds for reps without any issue. And today I'll be sharing with you guys how to use this tool in order to maximize your chest position and strength. Thoracic extension is one of the main positions that we want to create whenever we're bench pressing. The reason is simple, this is how you open up your chest. And opening up your chest is very essential because it allows you to have more muscles involved into your bench press and also an overall better positioning. But because I went through this process myself, I know that sometimes it can be hard to create this position, especially when you're laying down on the bench with a heavy barbell at the end of your hands. I've already talked about it in a previous video, but essentially the idea is that you want to have your shoulders back and down, and that's how you're going to create this extension. But creating this position standing up and laying down on the bench are two completely different things. And that's why if you're struggling to create this position on the bench, then using the tool that I will present to you right now can be essential. And that's where you want to use this tool. This is a yoga ball that you can inflate as much as you want, and that's why it's a really good tool to practice your bench positioning. Make sure that the ball isn't too inflated, so as I have it here, that will be perfect. And the goal is to place the ball between your mid and your upper back, exactly where you'll be able to create this good thoracic extension. Now, using a very light weight, so really warm-up weight, you want to place the ball, like I said, between your mid and upper back, and you want to perform a set of bench with between 5 and 7 reps. The goal is to really keep your shoulders anchored into the bench while at the same time letting the ball extend your thoracic spine in order to get into this chest high position that I presented earlier. Maybe you've seen some people try this cue using a foam roller or something like that, and in my opinion, it's definitely not something I would recommend. The problem is that your thoracic vertebrae don't have a lot of room, and the foam roller is very thick and very hard, very sturdy, and inevitably it will roll lower in your back, and it will 99.9% of the time end up in your low back region. And having an excessive amount of low back extension won't help you at all on your bench press positioning and strength. So that's why if you want to perform this drill, I really recommend you take this really lightly inflated ball because it's softer and won't cause any damage or issue on your thoracic vertebrae, and also because it's way thinner than a foam roller, for example, then you can keep it, like I said, in your mid to upper back, which is exactly where we want the extension to occur for a good bench press. Now, keep in mind, the goal isn't to do your heavy bench with a ball behind your back. That's not what it's all about. The idea is that you want to build in a good habit of having your thoracic spine extended, having the chest high on your first warm-up sets on your bench press. For example, in my case, whenever I feel that I'm in a stuck position, I can't really get into a nice extension and thus have a good bench press session, then that's where I'll use the ball in order to do a couple of sets, really light loads, in order to just work on my extension. And then afterwards, what you want to do is you want to do your session without the ball, so you just do your comp bench essentially. Just performing a couple of light sets with the ball will really allow you to feel that extension, and that will help you out tremendously on your bench because, like I said in the intro, having this shoulder back and down and also chest elevated position is really crucial for a good bench press. And there you have it, guys. That's the secret tool that I used in order to help out develop my bench press technique. And like I said, you shouldn't resort to that on all of your bench press training sessions. I personally use it from time to time, like maybe once a month, twice a month, but that will be more than enough. Now, if you're a beginner and you're really starting out developing your bench press technique, then using the yoga ball on a couple of times a week could be interesting. But down the line, it's just a tool to allow you to learn how to position yourself properly And once you learned this position, then it's not as useful as it can be, especially when you're simply starting out on your bench press. Also, because we're almost in September, I'll have a lot of technique and tutorial on this channel. So if you don't want to miss any of that, like I said, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kobe!